Welcome everybody, it's Tractorchute back here with another Friday challenge of building the most turrets you can build and getting the win in the game here. So, without further ado, it is the man in the upper left-hand corner of this map. It is McMerlin playing as the red Terran. In the bottom right-hand corner of the map, we have the man. It is Gryphon playing as the blue Terran, a little TVT action. So McMerlin will be trying to build as many turrets on this map as he can. The better the design, the more turrets, the better the game, the better the defeat, the win, the better the score. So we'll get this baby started. Let's pull some APM, why not here. It is 19-9. We are sitting ourselves at a fairly skookum level for a bronze or silver type player. And if we pull up our good old production tab, I imagine we're going to see a couple supply depots. We see at least one, but blue Mr. Gryphon has finished his very, very quickly. So he's done. This one's standing here like, what the fuck do I do? What do I do, guys? Please help me. I have no idea what to do. There we go. Let's go build ourselves a barracks. Will be the first thing he's going to do here. This is one of those nice maps. I love this map so much. I just love the placement of the expansion up another level up the ramp. You just plant it down here, put a few turrets in the background, and you're sitting pretty darn pretty on this map here. Pretty darn pretty. There you go. Put himself a supply depot at the one entrance. There is our good man McMerlin as he gets himself a barracks at the other one. Almost looks like he's going for the triple wall off here. Who knows? But also has the rock tower option to knock these babies down to get that to get the entrances walled off there. So he's going to send out the first scout of the game. Meanwhile, the opponent is getting himself out a barracks of his own. He is a little bit ahead on his barracks as well, so a little bit up on the buildings anyways, but McMerlin in the meantime has himself a gas going down, so we'll be ahead on the gas count as far as that goes there. Yeah, if we take a boot down here, we can see that there's nothing special other than this nice little barracks going, and we are finally finishing the wall off almost. We have a couple supply depots down there. I have to imagine a bunker might finish that off, but we'll soon find out what he wants to use for that wall. Over here we do have that gas finishing up here. The one barracks is done. He is getting himself out a lot of queued up Marines. There's a lot of idle money. That's a big waste of money early in the game. I will tell you that much. Try not to do that this early in the game. You look at that, $200 there that he can't spend because he got him in queued up Marines. So we are going to head ourselves in and out. McMerlin apparently got enough intel. Apparently that's all he wanted. He came in here, he's seen, you know, there's the barracks, there's the gas. I'm pretty confident I'm not getting proxied or anything like that there. I should be pretty safe. So he's going to get himself out of there, going to head back into the hometown there. So we do have a command center going down the middle. That would be actually pretty sick if this is like a planetary, because then you have like this nice little turtle Terran type build going. I'm actually kind of curious if it is going to be a planetary. It's just in that certain position, you know, it's like the perfect turret to defend both areas there. But we'll have to wait and find out. Opponent apparently doesn't want to scout. You should be actually heading out with the two Marines. Would be very good early scouting for him, as they would be able to fend for their own out there if they did run into a couple guys, and would at least get them into the base to see what's going on there. So we are going to start going to work on this rock tower to knock that baby down. Very well done by McMerlin. Like I say, I always recommend knocking those down nice and early, just so you can get your natural fairly secure as well. And we are getting an early engineering bay. Wow, looking for early upgrades, maybe looking for turrets, maybe looking for planetaries. Many options with that early engineering bay. And the same thing going down for McMerlin. Both these guys have the same idea. I have to imagine it's going to be early upgrades. McMerlin, of course, will be needing his for turrets. And there we go. I'm actually very curious what he's going to do with this as the engineer bay is done. Is this going to be our sweet, sweet planetary? Or is it actually just going to be an orbital and then fly off into an expansion? We're going to find out. This SCV, he's apparently the head honcho over here. He's going to stand beside the command center post and wait in position for some orders. Up here, we do have the expansion going on. Now I'm very curious. Is this going to be a planetary? This will be his third here. And yes, it is. It is the planetary. It's like I can read McMerlin's mind, and no, I didn't pre-watch this. That is fairly decent. I am very excited. Love that. Love that move. I myself love planetaries in this game. I know they're not overly useful nice and early in certain spots. You know, it's a waste to have it around your natural, stuff like that. But in the meantime, I think it's a great idea. You know, this is great early defense. What's the opponent going to do? Other than the fact that it's not going to help when you're getting dropped on, but at the same time, it is very good defense for him nice and early on this map. It really gets his natural secure, especially with the rock tower down. And if he knocks down this wall over here, but he'll probably leave this one open just so he has one entrance to get out of his base. And we are getting down the factory as well, so it looks like we're going 1-1-1. Looks like it's going to be probably a Marine Marauder build, or it could even be go into a Widow Mine type build. We'll have to wait and find out there. Yes, there's the bunker going down there as well. So very secure on that wall. Spanish is finishing up. Opponent's working on... What is the opponent working on anyways? Okay, he's working on seeing how long his SCVs can stand around. That's for darn sure. And he's working on the least production buildings in the 7-minute mark or expansion. You know, I could forgive him if you had an expansion, but you got 1 barracks at the 7-minute mark. Not very decent. You know, look at McMerlin. He's got the planetary already out. He's already got the 1 barracks and a factory pretty much finished up here. He's got both gases going full tilt. You know, not even a second gas over here. So very good. Where's all the opponents? Oh, he went to some turrets. Okay. I was kind of wondering where all his money went to, but some went to turrets. A lot go to queued up units apparently, as we have noticed. But definitely needs to start maybe working on his macro game a little bit more. McMerlin, you can see, it definitely very experienced in this department as opposed to his opponent here. Definitely doing a much better job. Loves his fucking planetaries. McMerlin makes a fan out of me all the time. And this is the man that likes doing the Raven builds. I like unique builds, you know. Other than the standard builds, I like people that do different things, you know. Putting a planetary here isn't common, which is much different. Planetary on the natural, love it. And his Raven play is just great. Big fan, McMerlin, I will tell you that much. There we go. We also have, is this the building structures? Yes, it is. Structure armor, not an upgrade you see very often, especially at, you know, the first upgrade you're getting out of there. So, very interesting build out of McMerlin then. Very curious. I always like different stuff. There we go. Rock Tower is going to go down for the opponent. So it does look like he's probably getting ready to expand at the same time as he's trying to secure this all up here. Definitely loves his Marines, but we have gone into a tech lab. So Marauders are going to come out to have Imagine Combat Shield. And at the very least, Stim Pack will be coming out pretty quick. Opponent's going to elect to go with the Shield level 1 to start out this build here. He actually has the weapon level 1 already done. So he's been very quick on his upgrades. Very well done, opponent. I will say that, my good man of Gryphon. And once again, this SCV, every time that he builds a supply depot, it's like, you know, guys, I just need 5. Just give me 5 here. Build one, you know, it's break time, all right? I work union worker. Don't want to work too hard over here, all right? Just leave me the fuck alone. Just having a break beside the command or beside the supply depot. Don't bug me over here, guys. Don't make me do anything. Not that he has any money to do anything, but at the same time, there you could at least get him doing something. Maybe give him to mine some fucking money so you have some money. How about that? As you only have 8 workers working on the money here. So definitely could use a little bit more saturation. I would like to see some SCVs. I'm starting to think maybe he's on a challenge, or he is challenged himself. Not to offend anybody out there that might have some sort of deficiency, but what is he doing with 8 workers, and he's not building any workers, and he's got them rally to fucking here? What are you going to do with the rally point? What are they going to do? Stand there and stare at the guys mining gas? You know, this is fucking awesome, guys. Don't even have to work. You're just going to watch these guys go in and out. I always love, I don't understand sometimes here, what some people do on diet. What do you do with 8 workers? Like, seriously, build a fucking worker. It's $50. You have 200. You probably have a shit ton of Marines queued up. Yep, you got Marauder queued up. Either way, you know, like I say, everybody learns at their own pace. It's just kind of fun. You know, everybody should be able to laugh at themselves when they play. You know, he might not be the best at the game. By no means. McMerlin using the scouting factory. This is one thing I've never actually done too much, is people that use scouting factories and barracks there. So I realize he's obviously not going into a robo-type build. As usual, we are going right to the Ravens, it looks like here. So he's just going to use that factory to do a little bit of scouting around, or at least scout this area of the map. Might even look to go proxy it with some Widow Mines. Oh, we did get something in there. What the fuck was that? Oh, don't know how I missed that there. Not entirely sure what it was that got in there, but he did have some sort of unit down there. So yeah, it does have a good idea now that he's up against a lot of Marine Marauders. Has turrets here and there on the base. And has himself another reactor with another barracks. So I'd have to imagine we're going to get some more. Still on 8 workers, though. Still rallied to nowhere. Maybe, I don't know if he understands that you can get more workers. Has an understanding SCV. Fair enough, my good man. Down the other end, McMerlin looking really good. Look at that, fully saturated, even overly saturated on there. Getting himself a command center out, ready to expand. And here we go, it's Raven time, boys. McMerlin loves his Ravens. And, as far as I was told, this is the Friday challenge game. Let's take a look at the turret count for McMerlin. He has 6. Oh, he is actually doing the turret counts here. 6, of course, they are all way up here. So very well done by McMerlin. Are they all up there or just the majority of them here? No, he has some in the main. Okay. So fair enough. We do have a few in the main base as well here. So we'll be keeping an eye on that. And here we go. The third. Once again, the 3rd and the 4th on this map are very close to your main. So it is a very nice map for a macro heavy game. I will say that much. A little bit curious why we don't have the factory floating off to get any intel. But maybe he just likes floating it over top of that area. So we're continuing to go to work here. Oh, in fact, we lost the worker. We're down to 7. We now have 7 workers here. I got a really good feeling this isn't going to go over. Let's pull up the income tab to see how bad this really is. Yep. Yeah, that about sums it up right there. We're at about 1,500 to 300 and 400 to 100. At the very least, I wouldn't mind seeing the opponent expand maybe a little bit there. Where'd we lose our turret count? We're up to 9 turrets. Got the 2 planetaries still on the map here. So we will just sit back and kind of see where he's going with this. He does have a factory going down with a tech lab. So might be looking to get into a little bit of siege tank type build here, I would have to imagine. That's probably going to be the next unit we see coming out of here. I'm still honestly just baffled at the fact we don't have any more workers coming out the other end. McMerlin, in the meantime, getting himself down his 4th command center. Will get himself out another planetary. Definitely loves his planetaries. Has a fusion core, so could be looking to get down the good old battle cruisers. Can't say could be. He is going to be looking to get down battle cruisers. That's the only reason to get that fusion core, I do believe, is the battle cruisers. Yes, it is. So we will have to see some of them come out. I have to imagine Raven count's getting nicely up there. Wowzer already has himself 7 Ravens on the map, so he's already into his style of build here. Still has himself sitting at about 9 turrets. So I imagine those are going to pump out. Is getting himself the good old, he's going with ship weapons here and ship shields. So going to be looking pretty good there. Not too sure if he's going to use one of these to expand or maybe use them as a double planetary on those 2 bases. Not too sure yet. You never know. McMerlin seems to be fairly creative. Opponent, in the meantime, I don't think McMerlin has to worry too much about seeing anything out of him. For one, he's trapped in his base, and out of what I've seen out of him, he's probably so fucking confused now he doesn't know how to get out of his base. He's like, what the hell do we do? We got these big fucking rock piles in front. What do we do? I'm not too sure. No, maybe we'll stand here, not build workers, build ourselves an armory. We'll trap our SCVs in the back here. Oh, gonna get him to build a good old turret. I guess he's not trapped, but he's sitting back there. So gonna get some more turrets out here. Opponent really scared of drops. Apparently, he's feeling pretty confident, turtled up on this one base. With 7 workers, this one base could probably turn into a half-hour game before he mines the thing out. So wouldn't surprise me at all, to be honest with you. McMerlin, you can see in the meantime, who does have normal amount of workers, doesn't have quite as many as he needs on the main, but it's almost mine node as it is. Up here he does have 16, so essentially on his main, with sitting at 3 expansions, he has almost as many workers as his opponent has already on just one base. And here we go, the SCV transfer. Look at all those SCVs. Holy! That right there is about 3 to 4 times as many SCVs as the opponent has. Opponent still, I'm absolutely curious, guys. Like, do you think this could be a challenge to where you don't build any work? And he's only got 1 mining off the gas. Like, he's got 1, 3, 7. I'm just very curious of what he is doing here. We've stopped on our upgrades, apparently, for the Marine Marauder Army, but we're still going to spit out queued up Marines Marauders. We have had this factory here. Did we get a starport? Widow Mine. Tank. What else does it build? Hellion. Hellbat, Thor. No, we haven't got shit. We have a factory, though, with the tech lab. Did we get an upgrade out of the tech lab? Nope. Yeah, I got a really good feeling that the opponent is learning here. Now I'm pretty convinced. So now I will maybe lay off the jokes a little bit more on the opponent here, as I got a really good feeling that he is kind of learning the game, trying to pick it up, trying to get an idea of what each of these buildings do. Just a little bit curious, when you are learning, why wouldn't you experiment with all the units you have in one of your new buildings like the factory? Might be a pretty good idea, but he is looking to expand, so he is progressing. We are getting, halfway, maybe we got tired. Big fucking hill, you know. So we're going to wall off before the expansion starts, so we're going to get ourselves out a good old supply depot, a little bit off the wall, but should do the job here. Yeah, I got a pretty good feeling. I got time for a dip here. Let's just give me a dip, so bear with me a couple seconds here. Oh, yeah, there we go. Nice fresh wintergreen. Not too shabby, if you ask me. So I'll sit back for a little bit. I'm actually very curious there, McMerlin. What are you sitting at here? Is that the turrets right there? 17 missile turrets, my good man. Opponent, once again, he's going to start missile turreting off. I don't know what he's doing. He's apparently building up the foundation, I guess, first. He's going to start getting himself out the entire wall off, probably all the turrets up before he gets the command center out there. So a little bit ass backwards, but it'll work, you know. McMerlin, in the meantime, he's ready to do a little bit of scouting here. Oh no, he's actually ready to expand one more time. Or he's looking for hidden expansions. Wowzer, McMerlin, look at this macro heavy game. Holy. Has himself 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bases going, so looking pretty good. There's number 6. Not too shabby, my good man. I will give you that. There's number 7. Jeez, he's just taking over this map. Opponent, in the meantime, has found out how to rally his units, so he has them all rallied. The factory's still non-existent for doing anything. Production tab does show McMerlin is going crazy. He's got freaking battle cruisers, Hellbats, a second armory coming down, 5 more command centers building right now. Most of them on the new expansions. Opponent is getting upgrades for fuck all because he doesn't have any goddamn vehicles. Excuse my language, sorry. I'm a little bit of a potty mouth. I actually hold back a lot from swearing. I'm usually somebody I don't swear overly often, but it does come out when I'm relaxed and sitting around friends and that there. So I do apologize. I'll try and tone down the language there. Still not entirely sure what the opponent's doing. Like, we're getting upgrades for stuff we don't have. Yeah, that's about it. Does he? Maybe he has some. Nope, he doesn't. You can see 10 Marauders, 23 Marines. But we're getting some vehicle upgrades. Why not, right? Maybe he plans on getting a lot of McMerlin. McMerlin taking advantage of this game here. He's basically at every expansion except for the two closer to the opponent there. But is bringing the Hellbats across, has them at the two shields there. But we do have a good old rock wall here, so it should defend him for a little bit. In the meantime there, let's take a look at our structure count. We are up to 21 turrets. We will keep an eye on that here. And he's ready to go here. McMerlin's up here. He sees it, and there's blue flame time. This is going to be trouble for his opponent. Might want to get his army put together here. Not too sure. Can he see this happening right now? Yes, he can. So he knows it's coming. Obviously, I guess with the turret there, it was a complete giveaway. But he should be getting into position here, as he's going to be a lot of trouble. These guys are going to melt this army fairly quickly. There he goes. You can see he has everybody highlighted. Or at least the bottom guy's highlighted. So he's figuring out what to do. And there, he's going to go to work here. Does he have stim out yet? Nope. Okay. Going to try to do the best he can. Here comes the supporting units coming down. They're going to go to work here on the move command. Get right in there, and they finish off the Hellbats very easily. Very well done. That's got to give him a little bit boost of confidence here. We can already see what the way this game is going here. But in his mind, he's done pretty good. You know, he fended off a lot of Hellbats that came in there, so very well done. I will hand it to you there, Gryphon. Like I said, I still like to see you start getting something out of the factory there. It just seems weird. Like I say, even learning the game, if you build a new building, most of the time you're probably going to build something out of it. You know, you're like, okay, new building. Even if you've never played a game like this, you'd be like, oh, okay, let me build stuff. Which is what he's doing now, finally. So very well done there. Like I say, it does look like he is one of his first or second game he's ever played before. So maybe trying to learn, just a little bit surprised. You know, usually if I learn a game and I get a new building, I'm like, oh shit, let me try that unit out. But apparently he was like, oh shit, look at that neat building. I think I'm going to let it sit there for about 10 or 15 minutes, and then maybe I'll build something out of it. But in the meantime, I want to make sure I have my upgrades. Oh, yeah, I think McMerlin is now taking advantage here. Look at this. He's going to wall off with planetaries. Oh, McMerlin, I don't know, man. In all honesty, I don't think I would feel bad if I called you an asshole this game. You're really taking it. This is the same thing I do whenever I get opponents that I realize aren't really good at StarCraft, is I'll try and decimate them just for fun. I'll build a bunch of shit. I'll send random small armies into their base just for fun. It is a lot of fun to do that. So I don't want to be a hypocrite there. So very well done, McMerlin. Might as well do what you can do. Double planetaries. Wowzer. Loving it, loving it, loving it. Turret count's up to 39. So McMerlin's got a very high turret count right now. He's going to be a tough man to beat. Like I say, it wasn't for the most turrets. Just try and build as many as you can. So it doesn't necessarily mean he's going to definitely be the big high score of the game here. Just means he's probably going to have the most turrets, or he does so far compared to the last game. He's already surpassed what Joe Triple put up there. He is at 42, 43. Like I say, turret count will play a big role in the scoring of your game here. So in the meantime, their opponent is still at 7 workers. Still hasn't rallied to nowhere. Like I said, wouldn't mind seeing that count just a little bit higher, but at the same time, he is almost mined out. And might be right. He might be darn close to a 30-minute mark by the time he mines it out. McMerlin, you can see, he's pretty much mined out at his base. Has 1 more mineral patch left. Expansion's almost mined out here. He's pretty much free to do whatever he wants here. Got some transferring SCVs. Turret count's now up to 48. Another siege tank, feeling very secure. Very good job getting the siege tanks on the corners. I like to see that. Very curious what he's going to build next. A little bit surprised he hasn't tried out the starport yet. That might be kind of neat for him. That's quite a few idle SCVs, but hey, good job. Good job. I'll give that to you. He sends the SCVs off the line. They're actually going to go transfer over to the other base. Not too sure why he did just transfer them here. They could use probably about another 14, actually, to saturate that base up. Let's actually take a look at our unit tab. I'm very curious, McMerlin. 10 Hellbats, 4 Marines, 6 battle cruisers, and 13 of the Ravens. Pretty much maxed out. Killing his own units, as you can see there, as he did go down to 12 Ravens, now 10 Ravens. Where is he massacring these Ravens at here? Must be over here. Must have been shooting with battle cruisers. Just to get that proper food count, I believe, so he can get 1 more BC out, I would have to imagine there. And is that what he did? No, he didn't want to get a couple more SCVs out. Not too sure why he killed those guys off there, or if they just killed off somewhere where I didn't see. Oh, well, back to the good old turret count here. Holy 76 turrets. Oh, this is going to be a tough number to beat, boys. In the meantime there, we do have this thing walled over here. We have fucking turrets everywhere. Holy! Wow, is there what a containment. If you want to see a containment, you watch this man play. Holy, more planetaries going down here. Yeah, he's pretty much not going to move out of this here. Not that he planned on moving at all. He hasn't actually moved off of this hill yet. But either way, he's turtled up like we expected here. The expansion! Finally, the 27-minute mark, and we're going to get an expansion. And I'd have to imagine once he gets the expansion down, he's going to start building workers out of it. And maybe that'll cue him in to think, oh, maybe I should build some more over here. Or maybe wonder what the 7/21 means above your base. But he has a planetary on it, which is nice. Yeah, like I said, not very useful on your main. But either way, if you want to put a planetary there and you're learning, it's a pretty neat idea. So he does have nothing else coming out of the factory other than the 4 tanks that he wanted. He's got a very organized base. Let's put it that way. Look at this. You got one on each corner. Beautifully done with all the tanks. Bunch of Marine Marauders in the middle. He knocked down the towers on the outside, so he's not doing too bad. McMerlin is just sickening up to 83 now. Coming in with some more Hellbats. Why not? Yeah, and that's exactly what he's doing. Sending these random small armies into his opponent's base. This is exactly what I do when I know I have my opponent decimated. Send in the random armies. You don't mind losing them because you know your opponent's not going to do much to you. So now at this point, he knows his opponent's sitting on 2 bases, so he's probably feeling pretty confident that he's got this wrapped up. Well, in the meantime, he's transferring SCVs. Did he rally them all up there? No, they're still rallied over here to nothing. But he's setting up the SCV. Sends the army up to the top base here, as he does see point defense drones and everything are down here. They're taking out all the turret missiles before they could even get off here. I love it. Finally gets all of his Marine Marauder up there. They'll be able to help finish off these point defense drones. So very well done there. McMerlin up to 87 turrets now. Looking pretty skookum there. We'll take out the last 2 point defense drones. Very well done. So now he's probably feeling pretty good about himself again. Like I said, I don't know if I mentioned before in one of the videos where I played one of my friends there. And I told him I was on his team or something like that. And we're playing 1v1 in StarCraft. It was StarCraft 1 we were playing. And it was cross modem. We only had dial-up at the time. We lived in a small town, didn't have cable or DSL or anything like that at that time. So we're sitting there, and I would send these random units over to his base, the Firebats. And it's so funny because we're sitting on chat there. He went, holy! I just had a big army come into my base, and I sent 1 Firebat. He was one of those guys that likes to lie and exaggerate all the time. So I sent 1 Hellbat random or 1 Firebat randomly into his base, and every time I would go, oh, big army in my base! What's going on? I'm like, I don't know. I got these crazy guys coming into my base too. And it's so funny watching him type in the chat there, tell me how big these armies are. Meanwhile, it's like 1 unit at a time I would send into his base. I thought it was quite humorous playing this guy. He was one of my good friends there. He lived right next door to me. We lived on 25 acres there, and they lived on another 25 acres right beside us out in the bush there. So he was quite a funny kid anyways. I enjoyed that game very much. Just taunting the whole time. He's very slow. It's very similar to what Gryphon is when he's building here. And we are continuing to rally all these SCVs up here. Opponent must be feeling pretty good. He's thinking, holy shit, I'm taking out a lot of these SCVs coming in here. Or he might be wondering what they're doing. It'd be kind of funny, you know, in all honesty. Oh, they actually get a tank kill. If he actually started sending, with the splash damage, of course, if he actually started sending his SCVs over there thinking that maybe they're a good attack unit. Thinking, boy, those things must be pretty awesome at attacking. I'm going to send mine over. Okay, so we have a planetary up here. Apparently, we're like, don't mind the blue shit, guys. Don't mind that stuff. Just mind that green stuff. We don't need any of the money. Just mind green stuff. Meanwhile, you can see here, look at that, 11,000 minerals, 250,200. Doesn't even have a rally point on it here, but he has a planetary up. They're not getting any money out of it. Income must just be disgusting. Yep, 2,400, 260. So, yeah, this is pretty much going to wrap this up for McMerlin. I have to imagine he's going to attack pretty darn soon. There's not much more he can build on the map. Has himself up to 90 turrets. Holy, absolutely insane. Opponent, in the meantime, got some more tanks. Has an extra tank up there, so has a 5th tank to guard this off. So we'll just have to sit back and see once we get to the point that McMerlin gets bored, as he is sending some more SCVs in there. And I imagine once he kills off all his SCVs and gets the enough units to fill up his 200, that should be enough. He is at 200 food right now, so we'll sacrifice a lot more SCVs. Look at him, holy. How many SCVs does he... Oh, wow. Oh, jeez. That's a lot of SCVs standing around. What does he have total for SCVs? Has himself 140 SCVs, and I would say about, I don't know, about a quarter of them are sitting down at this end of the map here, ready to go in for the attack. It should be quite funny if he won with the SCV attack here. We're going to find out here as he's rallying them all way over to this corner of the map. Just a ton. Holy, look at them all coming in here. This should be fairly good. Opponent finally starting to mine that blue stuff. Is he actually mined out? Not quite as of yet. At the 34-minute mark, McMerlin has mined out 2 bases, possibly even 3. Almost has. Oh, there's the third one pretty much mined out as well. More command centers are going down here. Let's take a look at the turret count. Now we're up to 94 turrets on the map. Pretty much got this baby wrapped up. This SCV's finished building a turret. He's going to stand around for a little bit. More command centers going all over the map here. This is absolutely insane. Opponent might want to start moving outside of his base here, maybe to explore what's going on. Not that he'll do a whole lot. One planetary should be enough to take out one of those armies fairly easily, as long as he gets enough repairing it. And there we are, a couple more gas going down there. McMerlin's is due to get bored, I would have to imagine here. Let's probably speed this baby up here. Yeah, let's go up to 4 times here, as we're not really doing a whole heck of a lot other than standing around here, watching the opponent do absolutely nothing while McMerlin builds everything he can on the base. Is up to 98 turrets, 99 turrets, 100 turrets on the map. Holy! Is there a cap on turrets? Does end up sending out a bunch more SCVs. They end up getting another tank. Oh, did they get tank kill? I'm not too sure what they killed. I don't think they did get tank kill. Oh, repair that! Opponent feels pretty successful there. Oh, there we go. That's got to get him excited to get a Thor out. Thor's a pretty darn cool, especially for someone that probably hasn't seen a Thor yet. So he's got a Thor on the map now. Thor will be pretty decent to help him out here. And we'll continue to sit back here. McMerlin ready to go for another attack with his SCVs. Here we go. Is he going to get enough up there for a splash damage kill? They're trying to get up there. Oh, no, not quite there. McMerlin back down to 193 for food, so can build up some more. And is finally laying it down to him. Oh, he's got the attack going down here. Very decently done there. Nicely done. There's the scan. Ends up finishing that off quite easily. Very well done by our good man Gryphon. And yeah, outside of that, McMerlin is going to peak at 100. Don't think he's building any more turrets at this time, but he's looking pretty decent. Should pretty much be ready to wrap this up at some point in time. Fine, we'll go off on some random news. Let's slow this down so we can hear the news. News is the NHL season has started as of October 1st. My team, the Colorado Avalanche, I did watch that game. It was against Anaheim, 6-1. Our good old number 1 pick, Nathan MacKinnon, looking pretty darn skookum in that game. Had himself 2 assists. Was very good. Colorado is 1-0. We do play Nashville tonight, which I will be watching that game as well. Should be a fairly decent game if you ask me. Very excited for the NHL season. Here's our Ravens coming in here. Ravens are going to go see what they want to do. I have to imagine seeker missiles or turrets are going to start dropping down like crazy. Got them down the other end of the map here. They're going to sit nice and skook them here. Here we go. Ready to move. And it's time to go in and attack our opponent, I do believe now. Finally, I think he's had enough. Yes, it is. We're going to move right into the main here. Oh, quite possibly. No, we're actually going to rally them all up into a nice little ball. I think they should almost give the Ravens like a minor attack that they can do as well, just so they're useful for just attacking too. Just make them a little bit OP. Give them like a damage of like 12 or something like that there. So you can see he does have the full upgrades there for the air armor as well. So in the meantime, we're just going to sit back here, try and build up what we can. Is he actually building anything at this time, McMerlin? Not really, no. He's pretty much just getting the rest of his upgrades. Here we go. We're going to get in here. There's a lot of turrets. Seeker missiles will be the choice here. Here we go. Oh, that's a lot of seekers. Oh, my goodness. Oh, that is... Oh, that is devastating. One more ready to go down here. Oh, and the splash damage alone. Ouch! 2 more Marines left. Opponent right down to 46 food count, puts down 1 turret, scares off those last couple Marines. Opponent's probably getting a little bit scared now that he doesn't have much out. Has another tank building though. Take a look at the good old production tab. We do have ourselves absolutely nothing out of the opponent, but have ourselves a bunch of weapon upgrades here. And another turret gets planted down there. It's doing a lot of damage. Siege tanks will finish that off quite easily. So very well done there. At this point, McMerlin is going to get right back up to 200. Is up to 196 right now. Opponent just about got 1 whole base mined out, so very well done there. Still has the rally point going to nowhere. Not that it matters because he hasn't built an SCV in probably the last 25 minutes. Not at least, no, Christ, longer than that. Probably the last half hour. Here comes some more SCVs. Here comes another seeker missile ready to go down on that tank. It is going to kaboom on the tank there. Kills off a couple of his SCVs. Kills off the tank finally there. Leaving his opponent with next to nothing, but gets another sieged up siege tank there. A little bit curious why he's not moving out to kind of see what exactly McMerlin has here. Puts down another tank into siege mode there. And McMerlin in the meantime there, he's having fun just building. Still sitting at 100 turrets, so not building any more turrets. Got a few more SCVs going to come. Finally, we're building SCVs. Oh, wow. We are getting a little bit more advanced. Oh, my God. What is this? McMerlin dropping the mules down. Mules, that's what he had in there before. I was wondering what he killed off there before. Planetary's going to go to work on. I'm not too sure they're ever going to get out of the base. No, they're not. Oh, they can't quite steal minerals off the opponent here. In the meantime, there he's sending out the rest of his SCVs to be killed here. Going to slaughter, boys. Siege tanks will do their job, should be able to finish off all these SCVs fairly easily. Here comes the big bunch of them here. Splash damage should do their job on them. Might actually kill off one of the tanks. Gonna be very close. Not quite. Fends that off very well. Very well done. More mules came down there trying to get out. They don't succeed either. So at this point in time there, we do have another secret missile ready to go down. A couple more secret missiles. Here we go. 1 and 2 does kill off the siege tank on the high ground. Very well done. There's some more ready to plant down some turrets here. Point defense drone is down. There's a turret going down. There's a second turret going down. They're going to go to work. Siege tank should be able to finish off that turret slowly but surely. Surely but slowly. I'm not too sure what order that's supposed to go in. Here comes some more Hellbats. These Hellbats might actually be enough to finish it almost, but might have enough siege tank fire to finish them off. We'll have to soon find out what McMerlin is going to elect to do. Could bring the battle cruisers in, and that's exactly what he's going to do. So BCs go in. There's the good old Yamato cannon going to work. Cleans out those turrets. Now I think he's ready to finally finish this off here. He moves right in there. He's going to go to work on one of the other good old turrets there. Finishes off the command center. Very well done there. And retreats himself out of there. So opponent now has no expansion, so we'll long distance mine those. And has got very close to mine this out. Only 120 minerals left. But yet we're still going for some reason here. Apparently McMerlin is not bored of his opponent as of yet. He does have something went down. They're not entirely sure what that was, but it did go down on the good old supply depot there. Still have a few standing around SCVs that aren't entirely sure what to do. Now we're gonna go mine the heck out of his opponent. Why not? He's not mining it. And they're all gonna go down as well. So Mule's not doing a whole lot of good there. Do have the battle cruisers flying around here trying to figure out what they want to do. We can probably speed this up to 2 times here, as I do imagine it is time to finish his opponent off here. There we go. Gonna go to work on the turrets one by one here as they slowly get in. That's a lot of turrets his opponent has. But we're still sitting at 100. Could really build 100 more if he really wants. Takes out the siege tank. Oh, battle cruisers don't like that. They're finally getting out of there. Feel that it is too many turrets. Yamato cannons go down, trying to finish off the last few turrets here. More mules are going down as well, trying to take some of that siege tank fire. And does finish off on the siege tank. There goes the other turret. Sends his marine and marauders over there, or at least a little bit that he does have to try and fend that off. And here we go, some more ravens. Ravens are ready to move in here. There's some more missile turrets. What are we going to do with these guys here? We're going to plant seekers everywhere, try and finish off the siege tanks. And that's exactly what he does. 2 on each. Very well done there. So finishes off the siege tanks here. Has some more seekers. There goes the rest of the army. He is down to 20. Does he have any units left on the map here? Has one marauder and 1 siege tank left here. Still sitting at 100 turrets and continuing to long distance mine that baby up. There goes some more ravens that are going to go down here. They're going to put down point defense drones with turrets here. So point defense drones will take care of the missile turrets. And there we go. Finishes. Actually gets rid of the point defense drones. Very well done. And they're going to continue to wreak havoc in here. Turrets are going to go down everywhere here. They're going to take out the other turrets. Planetary is going to go to work here. It's doing its job. Very well done. I'd have to imagine this is the end of the opponent here, as he really has absolutely nothing left on the map. No offensive units, I do not believe. Oh, it does have 1 siege tank left somewhere, so very well done there. Siege tank is way up here. There he is. Look at that little guy. Only offensive unit he has. A couple turrets over here going to work on the base. Bunch of standing around SCVs. Finishes mining it off. Very well done. Mines out his base. Only took him 48 minutes to do so. There's another battle cruiser. Gets a battle cruiser kill. Has a bunch of SCVs standing in the base. Not much his opponent can do. Oh, 1 siege tank shot goes off here. Like I say, he could actually win the game just with SCVs at this point if he really, really wants. Turret's still going to work here. Now the BCs move in here. That is a big count on battle cruisers here. Let's take a look. How many battle cruisers? He had 9 battle cruisers, 4 marines, 18 hellbats, and 9 ravens. There's the 10th one coming out there for the battle cruisers as well. And we will stick ourselves to 100. Griffin has not rebuilt his command center at all here. Doesn't even have enough money to do so. And can't even mine anything. So that pretty much writes him off in this game here. We're almost at the 51 mark. He says I got spanked. I think that's an understatement. You never left your base. Oh, McMerlin questioning this. Kind of curious if the opponent's actually going to respond to that, because he did not actually leave his base. Tried to dig in, not good enough. Takes that loss. No pride at all. That's fine. He did get whooped. He got whooped pretty good. There's another scan. Here goes a ton of mules coming down here. They're going to go to work on the base here. Wow, that's a lot of mules. Holy. How many? I should surrender, but I'll let you get there. Oh, I'll let you get the win? Is that what he said? You can get the win either way. I'm not too sure what he said there, but either way. We do have turrets going down. Do we have turrets going down? What is everything blinking for here? Oh, he's got all the SCVs attacking. There you go. So SCVs are going to win the match here. Very well done. I will have to hand it to you, McMerlin. My congrats go to you. My condolences go out to you, Griffin. And we are pretty much just going to go with SCVs for the win here. Mules are all going to melt off here. This should be pretty cool. And here we go. Oh, look at that big pile of gold there. Good game, by the way. Good game. Very well done. I like that Gryphon. You see, he's not very good, but he still gives the good game. You know, you thought that he did all right. You thought that he tried. But at the same time, he really wasn't overly good. But he tried. You know, he did his best. Did the best he can. SCVs are going to finish this off here. Wowzer. Look at the ball go to work. Probably take him another hour to finish all these buildings off. But he's going to try it anyways here. Got the surround on all the buildings. Going to try and finish them off. Got a couple of Hellbats in there as well. Factory's going to end up going down fairly quickly here. This should be the last building on the map. How about getting off at least one little shot in the background? And he's actually just going to let that burn to the ground here. We can probably watch that burn down at a quicker speed. There we go. Once that ends up burned to the ground, that should pretty much be the end of this game, as that is the last building on the map. And yeah, we could probably shoot that, you know. No, we're just going to watch it burn to the ground. There you go. Leaving you with this. If you run an extension cord outside, please be sure you mow the lawn first. You be good. Don't hurt nobody. Peace.